Sorry, guys. 3.5 minutes late, 4 minutes late, 4 fashionably minutes late. And better late than never. My name's Avnish Hegde. You're watching the Hegde Everyday live podcast. As usual, it's a terrific Thursday. I say terrific because World Cup action resumes later tonight. It depends where you guys are watching it from. You guys are watching it from Australia. God bless, because it's essentially a 7 a.m. kickoff. But India, it's going to be a 2:30 a.m. kickoff, France v Morocco. And here I am going to be previewing all 4 of the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Some sumptuous ties, biggies versus smallies. Lots of people want the biggies to go through, so it'll be an even better World Cup. But look, who's going to rule out Norway? Who's going to rule out Belgium after what they did to the USA? And I know they're going to come up against strong teams in England and Spain, respectively. But don't forget, even about Argentina, Switzerland, because we've seen how Argentina have got the wins and they've won ugly, but they've got the job done, and that's a sign of champions. So credit where credit's due, and they come up against a Swiss team who has a lot of resistance, I feel, with Zaka and Mazambi, I think, who missed the last game, will probably get the nod going into this one. And of course, they have an incredible defense as well. They kept the clean sheet against Colombia, and pretty much thanks to the likes of Kanji and company. Right. Lots of people in the chat, as usual. Sanjay is the first one, as always. Love you, brother. Hi, he goes on to say, must-win game for India. In fact, I was actually just trying to put the TV on the left of my screen so I can see the baby boy bat. Abhishek and Suryavanshi out there right now, 9 for none. I hope this doesn't turn into an India-England 40-20 international Bristol watch-along, because I've done a lot of those in the past at cricket.com, and I will do watch-alongs at some point in time. I was thinking maybe the World Cup semi-finals, if you guys would be up for it, but depends. Honeyrow going to say, why 5 minutes late, bro? Hectic day, very hectic. Went to the other side of Bangalore in terms of Hennur, shot some good content, went in academy, finished the gym today. Shout out to Latvalis, because they are fantastic in terms of just getting my body in shape since I started in June. How much of a hit for Morocco is that Saibari isn't available? Huge blow. Huge blow. I mean, Ismail Saibari, we've seen what he did in the group stage, scored an absolute brilliant dink against Brazil. Who can forget that? And then, of course, a rocket of a goal against Scotland as well. He misses out, but do not rule out the Moroccans. The Atlas Lions are there to stay. And this is a team who are the semi-finalists in the 2022 edition. They're taking on the runners-up of the 2022 World Cup in France, the 2018 World Cup winners, I should say. So it's going to be nip and tuck. France v Morocco. The whole chat is about Argentine refs, but I think there are way better subplots going into this one. So let me start with France, Morocco, and then I'll go on to the next 3. Meanwhile, you guys let me know your predictions as well. What do you guys feel? Do you think it is going to be the typical biggies to come through, or any of the smallies? Will it be Norway to dispose England? Will it be Belgium to dispose Spain, or even Morocco tonight? Or, dare I say, Switzerland ousting Argentina? Any upsets in your prediction? I'll come to that. I have a few tasty predictions, but before I do, I want to just quickly look into those games with greater depth. France have been phenomenal. They've won all their games, scored 14 goals, let 2 in. They have Doué and Cherki to still come off the bench and make an impact for them. And I like how they've kind of chopped and changed in their front 4 in terms of position, not personnel. And Olise, of course, coming into that number 10 position, and then you have Dembele on the right, gives them great depth, but they're all so mobile and intricate in terms of their passing lines and agile, to say the least, that they can actually go and confuse the right back and the left back of Morocco. Now, the right back and left back of Morocco are of some substance and pedigree. Ashraf Hakimi, no need to introduce him to y'all, because he's currently ranked the best defender according to FIFA. So he's there. Mazraoui is there. Good old United left back, essentially right back, but auxiliary left back. Remember, all you guys who are jumping onto this platform right now, quickly smash a like and hit subscribe. Tell people about the Hegde Everyday platform, and I will definitely shout your names out in the comments, and maybe even give away some good jerseys in terms of giveaways, which I'll tell you guys about as well. Meanwhile, I can't take my eyes off this boy. Every time I want to talk about football, I look to my left, and Suryavanshi has just guided 1 for 6. 20 for none, India, 2 overs. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Whole chat about cricket finished yesterday, but I'll stick to football in this one. So France v Morocco, it's going to be an absolute humdinger. And I was just kind of pandering towards the knockout phases before this, and it's phenomenal. Now, This game will come from Boston. I was quickly just checking the venue on that. What's your prediction? I think it's probably even going to go to extra time, even though France have a lot of depth. We can't really write off small teams this World Cup. You write them off at your own pedal. We've seen how Egypt nearly toppled the giants Argentina. We've seen various things come to fruition nearly. I feel so bad for African teams, guys, and I hope Morocco don't face the same fate as Senegal or DR Congo or Egypt or even, I don't know, any of the other guys as well. So just makes you think if Morocco can just hang in there, they'll have to play it. Sorry, they have to play it, beg your pardon. They could probably be praying it as well, but they'll have to play it, as the Americans would say, by quarters, because now the hydration break is there. So you take 22 minutes each time, and you never know. If you go 1-0 up against France, you sit back and hem them in and then hit them really hard on the break. They have great options. We've seen how Unai has been fantastic for Morocco. He scored a brace the last game. So he's coming off of some good form. And all of them would be relishing this opportunity because at the end of the day, their manager as well has a lot of good things he's done, not just with the senior team. Remember, he ended up coaching the under-20s of Morocco and won the World Cup for them as well. Now, sorry, Surivanchi in the air and it falls short. I was just debating with my mom actually downstairs. She was like, Surivanchi scored 14, 13 today. It could be 15 and nearly got held out over there. Anyway, so France, Morocco, tough afternoon conditions in Boston, but I think France have had those games before. We saw it in the Paraguay instance where it was absolutely boiling conditions, but they've been used to it. And you look at it in the French defense, they've been solid, just 2 goals at the back. I know many people don't like Jules Koundé right back, but it is what it is for them. And I love the midfield that they have as well. Sometimes, obviously, there could be personnel interchange. We've seen that with Manu Kone and, of course, Tchouameni, Adrien Rabiot. I don't know how he still played this World Cup because every time I Google his age, he just gets younger. But he just seems like a wealth of experience for that French midfield. Do I expect any changes for France tonight? Not really, especially with their front four and all of them firing in all cylinders. I think Mbappe will, get another goal in tonight. But I see France nicking it. 2-1. I think 1-1 extra time and France nick it. I could be absolutely wrong where France wipe the floor with Morocco and kill them 4-0 and we'll all have egg on our face. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think there could be a potential upset tonight? Because a lot of fans who, of course, support France want them to go all the way and get that revenge against Argentina. But there are lots of neutrals who are now suddenly going into the French quarters. And still, there's some great teams. Now, oh my God, sorry, guys. Sorry, my mum was right. Surivanchi departs for 15. And I'm not going to talk about the cricket after this because all I care about is Vaibhav Surivanchi, at least in this T20 International Series. God bless Shreyas Iyer. God bless the rest of the Indian team. And Shreyas Iyer has just been winning tosses, but not the matches. But Vaibhav Surivanchi goes 13, 14, and 15. No, 14, 13, 15, whatever you want to say. But it is what it is. Right, let me not get distracted. And I'm going to switch off my TV as well because that's pretty much the bit of the match that I wanted to watch. Brinda, good to see you. And I did observe that you shared a story of me yesterday, and I'm so sorry. I wanted to actually share it yesterday. I apologize if I didn't share it, but appreciate you joining me on this live tonight. You got to say Shreyas Iyer must, beg your pardon, need a proper team to build up. 2 games with Ireland and 3 games with England. We should not blame him as a failed captain. That's actually not a good sportsmanship, I feel. So, I mean, early days, you can't, of course, write off Shreyas Iyer as captain so early on. And, of course, even though many people say you can't lose to Ireland ever, he did lose not just one game, but the series, and potentially might lose the series to England. But that doesn't mean all is bad for Shreyas Iyer. I think there's a lot more time that he'll get as an Indian captain. And who knows if they're actually kind of molding him to be the man for 2028. Right, coming back to the football chat, Goated Edit saying, I don't think so. France are too much of a giant powerhouse to lose against an African nation. No offense to Africa. Fair points, because France have been a team to watch, let alone beat. And I just want to showcase, or rather tell you guys about a little bit of history. When you talk about the World Cup and how sometimes teams have been incredible till the dying embers of the tournament, semi-finals and the finals, and then they go out. So I cast my mind back to Brazil 2014 when they got absolutely ripped apart by Germany 7-1. They were actually doing well in that World Cup. I've not seen the previous World Cups in the 80s, but there were lots of examples from those World Cups. The most famous one being Brazil 1982, who apparently had a fantastic team, but they fell short. 1986, apparently there was a Denmark team who punched above their weight, but couldn't make it to the final and beyond. So anything can happen in football, and that's why we love it. So my predictions with France, Morocco, even though it's going to be nip and tuck, and I feel France will dominate proceedings, but I expect a lot of counters coming their way because Morocco are not going to sit back and lie down. And I feel looking at this game, hearing podcasts, understanding Moroccan journalists, which I saw from this one podcast that I watched, they are up for this game. Make no mistake, they are absolutely up for this game. Now, remember, Morocco are hosting the World Cup next time around. And that team will be even more sicker than this team because this literally are the nuts and bolts of making a very, very, very good African powerhouse team. So let's see if Morocco can really shoot for the stars and knock France out. That'll be one story and send shockwaves around the world. Make no mistake about it. But what do you guys feel? What do you guys feel? Let me know. Vishnu Reddy, good to see you. If you're a new name, please subscribe to the channel. I love your comment here. Can Man United win the Prem next season or this season? Absolutely, mate. Why not? Anyone can win it. And every team should believe that team could win it, especially when you're in the Big Six. I know Arsenal, of course, will still be the team to beat, but I hope we get our signings right, Vishnu, with regards to bloody Anderson and yesterday, who was it? Andre Silva. Andre Santos. Ridiculous. Left back 50 million from Chelsea, which is nuts. Meanwhile, XD saying, I feel way about its potential, but really needs to stop and play and check out the pitch. You don't need flat pitches everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. It's tough for United to win this season, to be honest. Looking at the transfer market so far, we could finish top 3 again unless they get some more players in the winter transfer market. I'm not even looking at the winter transfer market. They have to get at least 2-3 solid players before this transfer window ends, which is till late August. Sanjay saying, what changes would you recommend to Man United to do next season? We'll talk about United in a bit. I want to talk about the World Cup right now, and then we'll come back to that at the end of the show for sure. Goated saying, I feel like Spain have been a bit sloppy lately. Belgium will surely give them a tough time on the pitch. I'll come to that as well, and I feel the Spanish defense might have a harder time against Belgium, even though they've been absolutely flawless with regards to conceding any goal this World Cup. You guys got Andre Santos from us. Yeah, I mean, shocking. Absolutely shocking. I'll tell you exactly what I feel about that transfer. Given Lavia can't run 45 minutes without going down, we need Andre. I heard that on Twitter from Rory Jennings, who's a Chelsea fan as well. He was having his say in that. I'll take this one. Nice United jersey. It's a later edition. No, it's not. It's the old one. It's the 2024, I think it is. Reckon Belgium beats Spain, saying Goated. They've been mad good offensively over the past few games. And Amit, good to see you. Big teams have the composure to come on top. Don't see Morocco winning this. Fair points from you. And I respect everyone's opinion. And that's what it's all about, football. I put out this reel today. And Messi fans have just gone at me saying, keep on crying, Ronaldo, this, that. And I'm just like, I made one joke. Take it with a pinch of salt, mate. It's unreal how you just can't have any banter or any element of comedy because you'll just get slandered. Right. More comments to take. Good to see Shiva in the chat saying, hey, bud, y'all think this Brahimi is in his best form yet? Brahim? You mean Brahim, the Morocco man? Let me know what you guys think. But anyway, coming back to just dissecting France-Morocco, like I said, 2-1 for me. Mbappe to get a goal in. I think they might score for set piece as well, but do not be shocked if Morocco score first. I feel this could be a basketball game at certain periods of the game. And like I said, in Boston, both teams can climatize well to the heat. We haven't seen that really being a factor for them. So France to probably edge it and win this quarterfinal and go into the semis. And they'll be waiting the winner of Belgium versus Spain. Now, Belgium versus Spain, that excites me. I'll tell you why. Because I feel like ever since the whole Balogun episode happened, Belgium have been able to inject themselves with the right amount of fuel to go forward in this tournament. I feel the group stage, they weren't in third gear, fourth gear. They were probably in second gear. They didn't get that many goals. They ended the group stage by scoring 5, I think it was. But you're expecting more from their senior players. I know Lukaku can be a handful when it's brought on, but I like the look of the striker that they've started with, Dikatare, I think his name is, but he's a handful. Great header in the last game as well against the USA. And they have some exciting talent. Tielemans, fantastic header to salvage proceedings in Senegal, and then eventually they went on to win it. So what the Belgium side have done in their last 2 games is get 2 different wins. 4-1 spanking against the US after what's happened with Trump and off-field proceedings. And meanwhile, India have lost another wicket, by the way, 33 for 2, 4.2, which is shocking. But yeah, Belgium, incredible. They would take so much confidence from coming back 2-0 down from, 85 minutes to win it 3-2, which is insane against Senegal, and then to have that win against the USA. So they are not going to go away without a say. I don't think they're going to exit the competition like how Portugal did, which was sad because Portugal, even though they're my team, they went out with a whimper. Not many clear-cut chances, half-hearted chances more than anything else. And I think Belgium will probably be a stiffer challenge. I think Spain will again dominate possession. They have Rodri, who probably just knows how to control and dictate football better than anyone else right now in that position. So it just makes you think. 1 second, I just think need some cold water. Sorry, just needed some water because pretty parched, especially when I just ramble on. Brahim Diaz, yeah, that's the name I was thinking as well. Shiva, meanwhile, saying really happy that you've been really consistent. Keep coming. May plan anything like a watch along. I want to. I would have done watch alongs if the games were 12:30. Man, I feel like at 2:30 there'll probably just be one guy watching me go on and on and on, and sometimes I'll have to bite that bullet. Might have to do it as well. Anand Sharma, good to see you, sir. Enters the chat saying, bro, remember me? I was depressed for 2 days because of the exit of Portugal Ronaldo from the World Cup, so I couldn't join from the past 2 days. I completely understand that. I understand Ronaldo fans and how they must be feeling right now. And this time will pass. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Cristiano or his fans. I know sometimes Messi fans would be on top of the world right now, but there have been some really smart Messi fans who I've met who've not been disrespectful to Ronaldo. You could big up your own player, but just don't put your other guy down, surely to make him look like a hero and this guy like a villain. And why are you kind of comparing Ronaldo to Messi? Sometimes just, if Messi's won a World Cup already, compare him to a guy who's won 5 World Cups like Pele or 2 like Maradona, right? So that's what I believe, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Even I'm sad, but the World Cup goes on, life goes on, and we go on as well. And sports fans like you and me, we can always debate, and that's the best part about it, because men are built in such a way that we can go at each other, but then still have a little laugh about it, a little handshake, a hug, and make up. So it is what it is. Smashing a like is what I would request all you guys do right now. Sanjay, good to see you. And of course, Sumit Nanegaon. Can Morocco pull off another upset against a football giant? I've just discussed it, Sumit. My 2 cents to you is 2-1 France, Mbappe to score, but Morocco to have one hell of a say in the game, especially through their flanks. I think they have very smart and canny fullbacks, and I would also like to attribute a few midfielders who've really punched above their weight this time around. Surya saying, hey Avni, Surya here, been following you for a while, and I must say I've definitely started enjoying all of your content. Best wishes. Thank you, Surya. Really appreciate you, mate. And tell me what you like about my content, because I know I do different things. There's a huge market for the jersey bit, and there's a huge demand for divas and how I kind of converse with people, and also the academies that I kind of tot around from time to time. Meanwhile, you guys are asking me random question. Yo, what's your mother tongue? Just curious. Canada, innit? It has to be Canada. Bro, come on, try doing a watch long. We would love it. Did you drink the water yet? You're very sweet, Sanjay. I have it right here with me. And shout out to my sister as well for getting it for me. Just hold on. Oh, it slaps. Cold water. Name me a better drink than cold water. It's insane, especially when you really require it. Wow. Anyway, oh, nice. Where did you get this accent from, though? He was born in Bangalore. I mean, yeah, born in Bangalore, raised, bred in Bangalore, never gone abroad to study, gone abroad to, of course, visit the beautiful world. And we all love to travel, but I never studied abroad. And I don't know why that comes as a surprise to people. Bangalore boys and Bengaluru hood guys could speak this kind of English, right? Maybe my Kannada needs a lot of work, but it is what it is. I'll try as much as I can. Vihan saying hello, Avnish, good to see you. And Vihan, tell me who you guys support as well, because I've invited everyone to join this particular live. Messi fans, Ronaldo fans, Neymar fans, Haaland fans, Lukaku fans, you name it, we will have it here. Right, so France, Morocco done. I was in the midst of the Belgium-Spain analysis. And like I said, Belgium on the back of two different wins, two very confidence-boosting wins. So let's see if they can really go head-to-head with another European giant in Spain. And remember, Spain themselves, even though Lamine Yamal, who's the headline act in this team, they've not even really had to kind of go full tilt in any of their games because it's just almost like cruise control. And obviously, I love any Spanish team because the way they keep the ball and recycle possession is just brilliant. But even with these players like a Pedri and a Rodri and an Olmo, and of course, even the Alex Baena on the left who can cut in and have a really wicked shot with his right foot, and Lamar being an inverted winger as well. Perfect tools to really harm the opposition. And not to forget Orzabal, who's fantastic. I mentioned him as last live as well. The fact that he did score in the Euro 2024 final. Can he get another goal tomorrow night? And that's a 12:30 kickoff IST. So Spain, Belgium should be watchable. France, Morocco. I know diehard fans will stay up tonight despite it being a working day tomorrow. Let's see if Spain can get the job done. Let's see if Lamine Yamal can really start cranking it up from now, because he's the one that everyone wants to watch when Spain are on. And there were moments of half brilliance, I would say, in Portugal's game. But Nuno Mendes kept a tab on him. I feel also strongly about the Spanish substitutes coming on. Mikel Merino is one of them. But Ferran Torres gives me an absolute feeling that he might be very decisive in one of these games. Might just come off the bench and have absolute enormous say. So just watch out for Spain. I expect it to be a very entertaining 0-0 till about 70, 80 minutes and then Spain to nick it. Not the similar fashion like they did against Portugal. Maybe they'll need extra time to nick it, but I think they will nick it in the end. Even though Courtois is a brilliant goalkeeper, and of course this man at the other side for Spain has 5 clean sheets to his name, and he's keeping Raya out, Unai Simon that is. So it just makes you think whether Spain will concede, let alone lose the game. And Belgium, I'm hoping that they continue what they've done in the last 2 games. The last 3 games also, if you want to stretch it back to how they smashed 5 in their last group game, you'd be probably positive as a Belgium fan going into this one, but time will tell. So 2 down, 2 more to discuss. And the one that I would really want to talk about is Norway-England, because I think that is going to be one hell of a game. Saturday night, again, 2:30 a.m. kickoff for us. And because Sunday is the next day, I think many people will watch this because it's Haaland versus Kane. 2 incredible strikers. One pretty much not old, I would say, but still doing it. And how Harry Kane is on 70+ goals this season. He doesn't plan to stop. Haaland is doing things for Norway which they haven't ever done in their country. And a lot of Norwegian fans, journalists have already admitted that this is arguably their best ever World Cup already. It's already going to be eternal memories, so on and so forth. Because Haaland was born in 2000. Norway, last time they won a World Cup was 1998. Every Norwegian fan has memories of, sure, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all of those guys turning up in a World Cup game. But there was this bloke called Ekdal who scored against Brazil. And I don't think it was a draw, but that's what they hold as a big World Cup memory. But now those memories can be not forgotten, but put aside because they've, of course, destroyed Brazil in their last outing, and they'll go into that England game with a lot of confidence. And not just Haaland, guys. Let's call a spade a spade. Martin Odegaard has been absolutely brilliant. I think the last 3-4 months for Arsenal this Premier League season wasn't really the Odegaard that we all liked in the initial part of the campaign, but he's brought his A game in the World Cup, and he's just so nifty in terms of his passing lines, chinks in left and out, and passionate, absolute passionate man for his country. And that's how you'd want to see it, because even when they were 2-0 up against Brazil, and I think he won the foul of Neymar, and you could see Odegaard just absolutely clinch his fist and give it the big one. And why not? Because Norway, as small as they are in that part of the world in Scandinavia, they are shocking the world with what they've done right now. And the fans are just another enhancement part of their whole world that we're living in right now, essentially, with the rowing and roo. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And it's box office, to be fair, because if you have a bloke like Haaland scoring the kind of goals he's been scoring, and you have the kind of support that the Norwegians are offering from the stands, it's a cocktail in paradise, to be fair. Now, a couple of other names I'd like to throw on with regards to Norway, and know this boy, Nusa. Just look at this boy, what he's done. I didn't know much of him before the World Cup started, and I've not really Googled him and known lots more about him since I've seen him. But every time I've seen him play for Norway this World Cup, he's been an absolute threat. He scored an absolute brilliant goal coming in off the left and top corner on the right. If you guys remember that goal, I'm just trying to think who Norway played before Brazil. It was that game. And he's very, very quick in terms of his feet, in terms of his ability to just drift past 2 or 3 players and have a shot, or dink it in and lob it in for a cross with his left to Haaland's head. There's a lot of things you can like with Nusa. So Norway are doing the basics right, but they're doing the basics beautifully right. And I think that could really land them in good stead. They're going to be taking on England, who are being carried, lots would say, about their team right now with regards to Bellingham and Harry Kane. But I think Declan Rice has been Declan Rice, not obviously the Arsenal Declan Rice, but he's still doing the job. And you got to cut them some slack. People like Rice, Saka, they played a lot of games, especially with Arsenal winning the league, Arsenal going to the Champions League final. So you understand why Tuchel had to kind of rest him in certain games, right? I think he was rested in the Panama game. They played Bellingham and Anderson in the 2, and it kind of worked well for Tuchel. And Tommy Tuchel has got this England team vibing in the dressing room and on the pitch. On the pitch, no better result for them in the last 10, 15 years, I think, than beating Mexico in Mexico. That's a very, very strong statement from England to do it with the situations, the scenarios revolving around the game. I'm just trying to get my words right, because it was one hell of a game. There are a lot of 3-2s we've seen this World Cup, and I think that was a pick of the lot, even though many people would say Argentina-Egypt was the game of the tournament so far. Maybe Argentina-Cape Verde as well, which is another 3-2. Not to forget Senegal-Belgium, like I touched upon right now. But I'm rooting for England in this one. I think they will go play the football the exact way they've been playing their football, i.e. same formation, Saka on the right, left. I think Gordon will get the nod again. I think he was phenomenal in that Mexico game, winning the penalty, remember. Harry Kane and Bellingham, and of course, Anderson and Rice. The right back is going to be the debate for all England fans in pubs, in clubs, in courts, in turfs across the UK. Who's going to be playing right back, mate? Do you reckon he's going to shift Rice right back? No. Then who is it? You're going to play Konsa right back? No. Are you going to get Stones in and shift another centre-back right? No. So it just makes you think what England are going to do with their right back, because that's been a jinx and a hoax, that position. And it's ironic because Gary Neville talks about it quite passionately, being an England fan and a pundit and an ex-right back. So that's the only real question mark England have. But also, how do you contain Haaland? We saw it with Gabriel. Gabriel and Haaland have a very well-documented rivalry in terms of a striker and the centre-back in the Premier League. But what I'm looking at right now is one of those English centre-backs need to do a job on him. They might even, and this is a shocking prediction for me, if it comes true, it comes true. Now, if you look at what they've been starting with, Gehi and Konsa as their centre-backs, they might just push Konsa on the right because he seems the most mobile centre-back out of the 3. Stones in the middle or bring in Dan Burns in terms of the height element and just man mark Haaland. Even though it's very tough and it's easier said than done to man mark a mounted like Haaland, you have to kind of get that negated. If you can negate that threat as an England fan, then you have your avenues up front with Bellingham and Kane to get the goals with the form that they've been in. And Bellingham, I spoke about it in the podcast yesterday, day before, and earlier this week after the beat Mexico. I think he's just been phenomenal, embodying Keane and Gerrard in many ways, box-to-box midfielder, vibes, passion, sexiness, a little bit of Rolls-Royce the way he runs. So literally, it is what it is. I'm sorry if I'm not taking any comments in a while because I just want to get on with it. France all the way saying Akash and Vihan saying, I support Argentina, Messi for life. Good on you, man. And look, let me just call a spade a spade. No one ever said Messi's not a better footballer than Ronaldo. Messi's probably a better footballer than Ronaldo in terms of certain things that he can do. But you got to admit there are certain facets of the game that Ronaldo is better, right? If you look at his heading ability, just pure physical attributes as well, right? So there are things that Messi does that no footballer can do on the planet with his wonderful left foot and the magic he creates. And I mentioned it in my podcast day before yesterday, method versus magic, human versus alien. And I feel Argentine fans are getting some of the Ronaldo and Portugal fans wrong. I think you're painting everyone with the same brush, and that's really not fair. Anyway, I'm probably the only Haaland fan here. When's the next time you're coming to Hyderabad, saying Vihan? That's a very good question. Hyderabad was my home for a year and a half, actually, 2018, 2019. And I missed that city. Lots of friends in that city. Love the food in that city. Miss my Jubilee Hills. Miss my Madhapur. Miss my Toli Chowki. If that place still exists, I vaguely remember, beg your pardon, going to house party in one of the gated communities there and got bit by mosquitoes throughout my life in that moment in time. What tactical adjustment should Morocco make to stop France? I feel they got to... You can't man mark any of those front four because if it's Dembele who doesn't get you, Mbappe will. If Mbappe doesn't get you, Olise will. If Olise doesn't get you, they have Doué to come off. If Doué doesn't get you, Barcola will. If Barcola doesn't get you, Cherki will. So one of the two will get you. And I feel they also have a huge presence while set pieces are being taken. Upamecano can definitely rise above a lot of defenders this World Cup. So do not discount the set piece from France. But I would say you have to win that midfield battle, especially with France. Even though they have, at times they play a 4-2-4, if you can just somehow get really tight to Tchouameni and Manu Kone, or whoever they play as a double pivot, that is where you can get the ball off and then hit the wings. Because Saibari is that target man that they don't have. They'll probably play a false nine with not the kind of profile of striker Saibari is. The guy who comes on for them is very different. So he might run the channels much more than just an isolated figure in Saibari. But Saibari did phenomenally well to cause problems through various defenses this World Cup. Surya saying, love the videos where you interview young prospects who play cricket and football. Lovely to watch. More of those coming. I met some mad kids in the Cricket Academy, and I can't wait to edit them and put it out for y'all. It comes down to Courtois versus Spanish front three. I mean, Courtois, as good as he is, there were certain saves in this World Cup that he should have made, but he didn't. And that's okay. So I'm just going to hiccup, lads. Just give me a second. Wow. Man can drink some water. Jesus. Anyway, I support Argentina. We took that one. And it took the other one as well, the follow-up. I think many Ronaldo fans with zero ball knowledge are doing this just because he's advanced. No hate to others. Again, I feel there's a lot of people who watch football through reels, and I think it's sad. Like, even Ronaldo fans, I wouldn't deny it. Like, there have been times where I asked a Ronaldo fan, how long you've been supporting any of Ronaldo's clubs? And again, when they say 2018, 2019, and they've just looked at highlights and they've not looked at the peaks, it's just really sad. And similar to Messi fans, sometimes they just don't know what they're seeing. No one's ever questioning the brilliance of Messi. Even when I made that little joke about Argentine refs, I feel like sometimes even you guys Go back and look at the games as an Argentine fan. I'm not just talking this World Cup, the previous World Cup as well. There have been some diabolical decisions. And I'm a United fan, and we've understood over the times how big teams have kind of got the refs with them. It is what it is. That's how football is. And I want you guys to passionately defend your teams, but also just do not deny facts. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Nusa to United will be crazy. I mean, if you get Nusa, if you get Hassan from Egypt, who was absolutely a handful for Tagliafico the other day. I'll come on to Argentina, Switzerland as well. I'm just finishing the Norway-England preview. Keep your comments coming through. By the way, Norway and England, which team has a better defense? That's a good question, to be fair. England have not been the best of defenses this World Cup. They conceded 2 against Croatia, albeit goals against the run of play. They conceded 2 against Mexico as well, albeit one was a penalty. I would actually give Norway and their right back a lot of praise. I think the way he marked Vinicius was absolutely brilliant in that Brazil game. So Anthony Gordon will have his hands full to cause problems from that left-hand side. Gordon has gotten a cross in for a Kane header this World Cup as well. So there could be problems from that left-hand side, but Norway have a fantastic defense. Dan Byrne for the win, saying XT. And is Avnish not able to read the chat? I am, sorry, I'm just taking it right now. Avnish, Madrid or Barca? Well, obviously going to pick Barcelona here because, Madrid here, because Barcelona, as much as they are a fantastic team, especially in their pomp, not just the MSN days and Messi, Suarez, Neymar. I'm talking about the 2008 and beg your pardon, the 2009, 2011 team. I don't know why I've literally got so many hiccups. Maybe it's the Dori Biryani that I just slammed, but definitely Madrid for me because I've loved players like Raul and Hierro and Guti and Zidane and Beckham and that era of Real Madrid players. And again, no offense to any of the teams right now. It's against preferences. Many people might just jump onto this chat saying, bro, I support Messi, Man City, and Barcelona. Have it. That's okay. I mean, I might hate all of those teams / players, but I would disrespect them. There's a fine line between the two. And not hate. Hate's a very strong word, but dislike. And why do I dislike a lad like Messi? Because I'm a United fan. I'm born a United fan. He's taken away 2 Champions Leagues from me. So similar to why people will hate Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's probably destroyed the teams that you've supported in the past. So it's always like that in sport. And sometimes you just have to pay respect and doff your hat and be like, wow, this is incredible, man. Messi, even though you're irritating, you are an incredible, incredible footballing god, let alone talent or human being. But what would he choose in these two is my question. Meanwhile, Meera Gangle saying, hello, Bhaiya, love from Madhya Pradesh. Good to see you. The British accent was not required. I was just trying to enunciate and give you guys a perspective of how they could be debating the right back position in the UK. And man, I miss Hunter and Maddie and Shubhang. Who are these? Who are these? I have no idea. What are you, United? Yeah, I'm United. I've been a United fan since, 2002? Man United. There's only one United. You can't say, oh, which United? Newcastle, West Ham. When I say United, it's United. It's not Leeds or West Ham or any Oxford or whoever the hell it is. Chetim saying, hey, bro, some words about Mr. Nonchalant, Michael Olise. He's just phenomenal. Michael Olise has just been phenomenal. I mean, has everything that you want as a young footballer. And what he's done for Bayern, what he's doing for France right now, unreal, absolutely unreal. Predict your semi-finalists. I'm coming to that, Sumit. And this is Dairya Gupta, 910 from Madhya Pradesh. Good on you, Dairya Gupta. It's been a while. I know you were on me for a while since IPL saying, send me a jersey. I can't, man. And good to see you in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. And hope all is well on your side. We aren't saying I don't hate Ronaldo. I have both of their jerseys. I just consider Messi to be a better footballer in certain aspects. Yeah, and that's a fair point. And he is a better footballer in some aspects, without a shadow of a doubt. There is no player in the world who can dribble a ball like Messi, past or present. Maybe Maradona, maybe Pele at their pomp, but even Cristiano couldn't do that. There are times Cristiano has done that, don't get me wrong, but not at the ease and efficacy of Messi, but there are times where Ronaldo has other things at ease and efficacy that Messi doesn't. And that's why we need to appreciate both. So it is as simple as that. And that's what I want Messi fans and Ronaldo fans to understand, that they both had peaks. They both had glorious days in their past, and Messi's still doing it. And Ronaldo's had to say goodbye to the World Cup, but doesn't mean Ronaldo's like an absolute shithouse and he was the worst player to ever grace the game. Again, just diabolical statements from some of the Messi fans and Argentine fans. I mean, absolutely, man. God, been waiting for it. You excited in the entry if the UEFA Champions League after many years? Can't wait. Stupid bloody Thursday night. Every time watching a Europa League game, 1:30 in the morning. Unreal at times, unreal. NR Aka saying, I just got in. What did I miss? You missed quite a bit. I've done and dusted with 3 previews of the quarterfinals. The final one is the Argentina-Switzerland. So if you're an Argentine fan, and if you guys are just joining me and you're absolutely on the Messi bandwagon, here's your time to discuss it. Tell me in the predictions, tell me in the chat your predictions for the Argentine-Switzerland game. And as an Argentina fan, what are you guys worried about the most from Switzerland? Any particular threats? Any particular players? Let me know. I think there will be a nervous time for Argentine fans watching this. But again, because they've been so brilliant in terms of getting the results, they will probably win the ugly way away again. And I feel there have been times where they've won very beautifully, but again, small opposition in the league stages. So I feel Argentina will probably come through and see England in the finals. Semi-finals, beg your pardon. And I think Messi might have his say again. I might think of another set piece with that and a Messi moment of magic. But can Switzerland stir a surprise? I'm not really sure. They'll have to hang in there, or they'll have to do what pretty much Cape Verde and Egypt did, which is goal up, and then probably try to hit Argentina on the counter. I feel essentially if Mazambi comes back, he'll be a very, very good influence at the top of the pitch for them, because even though Lisandro Martinez, and I love him to bits, he's my favorite Argentina player, by the way, obviously, for unknown reasons. He could really cause problems for Switzerland against Argentina. And I think that's going to be played in Kansas. So let's see, man. Let's see. I think if you ask me, hand on heart, even though I'm a Portugal fan, I want Argentina to win that one because I want Argentina to play England. And whoever wins that game wins it. But I want to see Argentina-England because Argentina haven't played England since when? 1998 World Cup? Or 2002, I think it was, when they met each other. So it's been a while since England versus Argentina happened. And I would love for that to always come true because I love it when England take on the powerhouses of South America, whether it's Brazil, Colombia, or Argentina in this case. I think Morocco upset France, saying they're Gupta. There is also a shout from Anand Sharma saying, to be honest, every club which Ronaldo's played for is who he supports. We should really appreciate Avnish taking his time to read all our comments and give us good advice. You need to come here. Avinash, call me Avnish, mate. They made a cricket ground under the Sheikh Bay flyover. Really? That place, which was under construction. But you know what I love about Hyderabad? The fact that any particular road construction, buildings, or city civil work, they do it in the night. And it's just brilliant. It's the best place in the country to drive in, I feel, Hyderabad. Some amazing roads, even though Delhi are wide and brilliant roads by itself. Hyderabad is different level. NR Akash saying, UK, who's going to win the World Cup? I'm telling you, it's England. It'll be amazing if England win it, because how often do we watch the Premier League? We watch the Premier League every year. We're all sucked in and soaking in the Premier League every time it comes on. And Guy Neville, Rio Ferdinand, all the English players and pundits that we watch, literally, they haven't seen England win the World Cup in their lives. So it'll be very important for them and very, very different in terms of a vibe. Sure, we don't like the Brits for a lot of reasons, but let them have it this year. It's coming home. They can sing it and claim it. Anand Sharma saying, Sanjay in UCL, if there's a Sporting, I just support them. I don't know much of them. Anyway, Slash King saying France's game, and more comments to take. These are the predictions. Any Neymar fans? Asking Vrinda. Any Neymar fans? I mean, I can't believe Neymar was giving the Norwegian goalkeeper a full sledge fest because he got the penalty and then he tried being so bullish towards the goalkeeper, saying, "Watch me, I'm going to put it through your legs. Watch me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And typical, like Neymar being a sad, salty Favela lad exiting the World Cup. It was pretty sad that he had to say that. Scored in the end, sure, but I didn't expect that from Neymar. But again, Brazil, let's see what happens with them. Let's see what happens with Ancelotti, because whether he goes on and sign another contract, it'll be riveting. But Argentina, Switzerland, just to finish up with me, I think it will be another 2-1 close win towards Argentina. And it'll be Argentina, England, and France versus Spain. Am I expecting any upsets? I want to say Norway, England as an upset. I want to say Morocco, France is an upset, but I don't see it happening. Spain, Belgium, as much as Belgium have been brilliant in their last 2-3 games, Spain are going to cruise through. So there you have it. France, Spain, England, Argentina. And from there on, it will be some World Cup. It could go any of those 4 ways because those 4 teams play 4 different kinds of football, by the way. And it'll be very, very good to see how the managers are tactical about it. There's Tuchel, there's De La Fuente from Spain. There's, of course, Didier Deschamps from France, and not to forget Scaloni from Argentina. So different tactical masterminds on display, especially if the biggies make the semifinals. But there you have it. There's my FIFA World Cup quarterfinals predictions, I should say. And I've been making a meal of my words today. Sorry, I've just had a very hectic day. Swallowed biryani at a rapid rate before joining this live. It is what it is. But keep your comments coming through. Any questions of anything that you guys want to ask me now. I'll take it in the next 5 minutes. Before I leave, oh my God, I've got a cramp. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh my God. Jesus. I'm just literally full of cramp. Oh my God. This is wild. This is an unprecedented one. I don't know how to get the mic through. Oh, it's one of those hamstring killers. Oh my God. Jesus. It's all going off on the Hegday Everyday Live. Oh, I've got a bad cramp. I don't know how to end the show as well. I don't know how to end the show. It is killing.
Guys, another Hegday just coming in to fill in for him and say that we're going to close the show. He'll be shortly back. Right on.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll update you on my Instagram in terms of my live show. Until the next time, it's a goodbye. It's a goodbye. We have to end the stream. Jesus, see you guys.